This time on Kings of the Wood, I get stuck into an ancient Egyptian art form.
With this glue, you get one shot. There is no taking it back off. Fingers crossed it goes right.
Saf delivers some timber twins that take him back a few years.
It just brought back a lot of memories when I'm doing this. And hopefully, these will be a part of the family for many years to come.
And Ella and Charis get their hands dirty on a project combining wood, metalwork and glass.
Moment of truth.
Welcome to our woods. A magical workplace where beautiful handmade objects come to life.
This is the moment of truth.
All crafted by us, a team of passionate woodworkers.
Mwah.
There's Saf.
I want it to look like it's an explosion of gold.
Ella.
I've poured a lot of my heart into this.
Charis.
Yes! I did it!
Robin.
The finish on that is so smooth.
Michaela.
I opted for a vintage machine, but they do give me a bit of a workout.
And me, Alex.
It's gonna be massive.
It's gonna be huge, isn't it?
Together, we join forces
You ready? Beast, isn't it? What a beast.
to create truly unique items
Oh, wow.
I'm honest, I'm gobsmacked. I am gobsmacked.
for people who really deserve them.
I couldn't have got through it without you. I just wanted to do something that was for you.
Oh, wow. Yes! I love that.
Oh, my gosh!
We are the Kings of the Wood. It's a new day here in the woods, and we're getting fueled up and ready for more timber challenges ahead.
Nice work, Saf. Hope you're saving some for me.
Absolutely, mate.
Are you guys all ready to rock and roll today, then?
Got a lot of planing to do this morning. Loads. I want to get all the big stuff out of the way first.
How do you normally plan your day, Robin?
I start off with the biggest jobs first, just to get them out of the way. And then I like just finishing off in the afternoon.
I basically try and give myself a break by sharpening my tools.
I think it's interesting how everybody works very differently, though. I mean, I'm organised and planned, and you're just chaotic.
You're organised, are you?
I've seen your bench.
That's organised.
Right, time for us to tool up and get cracking. And it looks like our first visitor to the woods is en route.
Hello.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Stephen.
Hi, Stephen. I'm Ella. Nice to meet you.
And you too, yeah.
Welcome to the woods.
Thank you. So I'm looking for somebody to make up a very special gift for Emma, who is my wife of 30 years, and I thought perhaps you might be able to help.
Sure. What kind of gift were you thinking?
Well, Emma and I are both deaf. We use British Sign Language. I met Emma for the first time at a Christmas party, and we became good friends, and she helped me to see that deafness isn't a negative.
Yeah.
And to be proud of the deaf community, our culture and our language.
Absolutely.
And that's a priceless gift. And I'd like to find a way to return that with a gift of my own.
If we could have maybe a sign language symbol or something, that would be really nice to have within the design somehow. Is there a symbol that's important, do you think?
One sign we often make to each other is we go like this. It's like an international sign. It's ILY all together. It's like shorthand for I love you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And something linked to that could involve that particular sign.
Yeah.
Because it would have a very special message for her.
I think I've got an idea. Leave it with me and I'll let you know when it's ready.
Super. I look forward to it. Thank you. Cheers.
I really want to make something functional as well as sculptural for Stephen and Emma, but marrying up the two worlds can be a big challenge. So, a little brainstorm with the most practical person I know is in order.
So I definitely want to carve like a 3D hand. It'd be quite nice if it could be functional so that they could
Definitely.
kind of use it together.
So what you think is something quite large, like a piece of furniture?
Yeah,
or...
it could work as a table.
Oh my God, that'd be so sweet, the I love you table.
Yes.
I love it.
Because the problem I have is that, like, that finger and that finger...
It's a lot taller,
they're just not the same height. So if I'm going to put something on top, I need to find some kind of way of...
How do you feel about some metal work so that we can get it balanced?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you be up for
You come to the right girl, babe.
Amazing. OK, if I make the hand shape, then we can work out...
We can figure out.
Yeah?
We can figure out the metal parts that we need so that we can get it balanced. And then the top is level as well.
Yeah.
The balancing act, that's what we've got to figure out.
So making a non-level thing level?
Yeah.
OK.
It's all in a day's work. Yeah. Right, I'm going to go and get started. Give me a holler when you need me.
Yeah.
My first job is to select the raw materials for my project.
So I've chosen oak because it's really, really strong. It's also incredibly long-lasting, so the love will last for a long time.
This oak tree was dangerous, so had to be cut down. And because it isn't shop-bought timber, I need to have a good look to make sure it's fit for purpose.
There's a rot bit here that I need to be wary of. So this is where a limb was cut off. So the water will have gone down a bit. So I'm going to cut that off first and see where that rot is, chase that back so the rot goes. And then once I've done that, I then will commit to where the hand's going to go. I mean, that's the beast of working with a tree. You never know quite what you're going to find.
The first task is to remove the outer layers of wood and bark to see exactly what I'm dealing with.
You can see this dark bit here is a bit where the rots come in. So this bit here is going to give an amazing texture so that you have all the lines on your hand. And yeah, it's going to look really cool.
To expose the raw materials underneath, I need to make what I call a face cut, giving me a flat surface to sketch my design onto.
I've never made a table before, but most of the things I do are sculptural and are quite free in their form. They don't have to be any particular measurements. So yeah, the real challenge here is not compromising on the aesthetics while making it functional. So I'm about to do the inner cut. That bit, you have to be really careful not to overcut because I could cut a finger off. Not mine. The hand. I managed to not do any overcuts either side here, which I'm pleased about. Now I've got to start defining the fingers and committing to the angles.
With Ella making good progress on her table base and the rain clouds rolling in, I'm expecting a visitor to the woods myself. Paul, from Edinburgh, who wants to celebrate a very special person in his life.
Hello, how you doing?
Hi there, how you doing?
What brings you to the woods?
Yeah, I'm here as I'm part of Invisible Cities, actually.
What's the Invisible Cities?
Our aim is to help homeless people in different ways. The main aim is to help them to become tour guides. I'm a tour guide. The boss of Invisible Cities is a lady called Zakia. In 2016, she decided to set up her own social enterprise to help homeless people. Well, Zakia's, she's changed my life. Unfortunately, I've got a background of homelessness. I was homeless at 16, I'm homeless at 50, and I've been homeless lots of times in between. So about 4 years ago, I applied to become a tour guide with them. She gave me a job. She's paid for me to go to college, and I would never have the opportunities before.
No.
It's honestly changed my life.
Fantastic.
You know, you've no idea.
What would you like me to make for Zakia?
Well, Zakia loves to travel. She's an avid reader. She loves to read. She's always got a book in her hand.
Sounds like we need a bookcase, doesn't it? Sounds
Well,
like we need a bookcase.
I think a bookcase would be ideal.
And what sort of style is she into?
Her house is quite rustic.
Okay.
It's kind of vintage and so on, you know, so
Vintage-y,
something a bit,
yeah.
She loves Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And I think something maybe along the lines of an Edinburgh skyline or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure we can create something lovely for her.
Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait to see the finished product.
Good to see you, Paul.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
Take care.
See you again.
Nice one, buddy.
Paul's given me plenty to go on for Zakia's bookcase. And after a few hours designing, I think I've come up with something really special that I want to run by Robin.
She's into
vintage furniture, she loves reading, she loves travel, she loves Edinburgh.
That is a lot of themes to fit into kind of one package.
You're exactly right. I don't want it to become too chintzy and just too busy as a single piece. But I was thinking, the vintage theme, there's some nice ideas. Maybe go arts and crafts, maybe a bit of marquetry, could incorporate the castle in a way. And I love that current sort of faux bamboo look of furniture, you know, and they just put it all the way around the beadings and make it a bit decorative. So I think it'd be a nice, simple shape, but an elegant shape, something that's sort of obviously arts and crafts, bamboo feet on the bottom, just something simple and elegant.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Back in the workshop, it's time to get started on Zakia's bookcase. Usually, I begin with the framework for a project like this, but the marquetry element has got me a little bit excited, so I'm starting there.
Now, I've sketched out Edinburgh Castle. And when you do a marquetry sketch, it's a lot more simple than an actual drawing. You're looking at blocks and shapes of timber to put together. Then you use the light and the shades and the grain of those timbers to sort of put a picture together, a texture, a three-dimensional shape which is recognisable. I've got all these little offcuts and timbers that I've been trimming. Now that I've got my drawing outlined, I'll cut these into those shapes, and fingers crossed it will go together almost like a jigsaw.
Marquetry is an ancient technique dating back to the Egyptian era. It's the art of putting different pieces of wood together to form decorative patterns or pictures. With my pieces slotted into place, I take them down to a strip of maple that acts as a sky behind my castle. It's ready for gluing, but it's a tricky manoeuvre.
Now, with this glue, you get one shot, and as soon as I've applied it, it is on, and there is no taking it back off. When I flip it over and lay it down, it's all taped as one piece. The minute it touches, that is it. It is not coming off.
I need to move quickly to apply the glue to the back of my marquetry pieces and the maple skyline sheet.
So it's a bit of a one-shot wonder, and fingers crossed it goes right.
Then flip it over and attach the whole thing to a board of sapele that will eventually make up the top of my bookcase.
That was a big relief. I can't wait to get this tape off, check it's glued properly, and then give this a sanding and an oiling, because that's when it'll really come to life.
We've had 2 visitors to the woods so far. Ella's started work on a sculptural sign language table for Stephen's wife Emma, and I've started on my stylised Edinburgh skyline bookcase for homeless charity leader Zakia.
Having cut and shaped my table into a rough size, I now have to transform the blocky trunk into a detailed sculpture of a human hand.
This is called a dime tip, and it's a much smaller tip. And the benefit of this one is you don't actually get any kickback. So with a chainsaw like this one, it's a much fatter edge, so you can see the two together. They're very different in shape. So this one is the more detailed stuff. So this is the bit that's a bit like its nail file.
I'm using my dime-tipped carving bar to begin sculpting the form of each finger and thumb. It's painstaking work, but the details are slowly starting to emerge, and so far, I'm pretty happy.
So I've finished all the carving for now, and I'm going to get on with the angle grinding. So I'm going to use this to do a bit of contouring and shaping the sculpture, really bring out the grain, and now you'll really start to see the hand properly come together.
To get into the smaller spaces of the sculpture, I'm switching to a die grinder, a large rotary tool with a grinding burr attachment for more precise detail work.
To start from a tree stump with this lovely gesture is really sweet. It's going to take a little while longer, and then the last bit is the oil, and that's when you really see the detail come out.
Earlier, Paul told me how Zacchia loves vintage style, so I've decided to decorate her bookcase with some oak, turned on a lathe to create a faux bamboo style beading.
Now, we could use real bamboo for this, but it's quite difficult to actually work with. And although I'm not turning these to a tight template where they're all the same, I want them to have a variation and be natural looking, I still get to have a lot easier time turning this oak than I would be trying to chop the bamboo and fix real bamboo to this piece.
The interest in faux bamboo was at its height in the 1860s, after Western trade with Asia began. Its popularity has continued through to the late 20th century, and it plays a big part in retro styling today.
I'm turning the bamboo beading on the lathe. It's a great machine. It basically spins the timber on an axis. It has a guard which you rest your chisel on. As long as you've got that guard nice and tight to the timber and your chisel's really sharp, it's nice and easy to shape the wood. All my faux bamboo is turned and cut in half, so it's ready to colour this and try and make it look like natural bamboo. Now, to do that, I'm using pigment in white polish, which is traditional French polish that's been bleached out.
There's a bit of alchemy involved in these mixtures, and right now, I'm not sure it's going to plan.
Oh, that's not yellow. Now, the white polish basically turned my supposedly yellow stain brown. I'll try a bit of methylated spirits and see if this makes a difference. No. Now, you might think I'm being a bit crazy, but this genuinely is supposed to be a yellow pigment. I'm going to try mixing it just in my pot, direct with some mess. I might be applying it a little bit too concentrated. I've got the feeling that it only takes a touch of this stuff to get the colour I need. Let's try again. There we go, that's the colour I was looking for. Nice and yellow. Essentially, I was just putting too much on. My mix was too concentrated, and that's why it was coming out brown instead of yellow.
Alchemy out of the way, I can start to build up my layers before adding in some detail to really give it that natural bamboo look.
Now, this is going to be a nice therapeutic time for me, colouring all of these and getting them just right. Once they're done, I can put them on the bookcase. But for now, I'm just going to potter here for a bit.
With Ella and I making progress on our projects, our last visitor, Dee from West London, is on his way to see Saf.
Hi.
Hi, mate. I'm Saf, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, yeah.
What brings you to the wood?
Well, I wanted to see if you can make something nice for my parents, because they're really kind people, and I just thought it'd be nice if you could do something for them.
So tell me a little bit more about your parents.
Well, they've run a shop in Twickenham for 38 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and once they started the business, they just wanted to not just make a profit, but they wanted to use it as a place to help people.
So what sort of business do they do?
It's a newsagent shop.
Okay.
Like a normal corner shop. Right. People call it like the community living room because it's like the place where everybody comes when they need something, not just the product, but when they need something to make themselves feel better all the time. They do a special thing where we have a sign outside just weeks before Christmas saying, if you're on your own, please come in. You don't need to buy anything, just come and have a hug and a mince pie and be with us.
They sound fantastic. So what kind of item were you thinking of?
Well, people come in to chat and things like that, but there's nowhere to sit. We don't have much room in the shop, but just to have somewhere to sit would be nice, even though it's small, if that makes sense. It might be a hard thing, but...
So something like stools? A couple of stools?
Yeah, like something that wouldn't take up space, but we can still pull out when people want to sit and chat.
Yeah, sounds good.
That would be perfect, actually.
OK, that's given me plenty to think about.
Oh, great.
Give me a few days.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can come up with something.
Oh, I'm really excited to see what you come up with.
Yeah, so am I.
Thank you so much.
Lovely to meet you.
Thanks for doing this. I really appreciate it.
No worries.
Thank you so much.
See you later.
See ya.
I really want to make sure these stools are going to be strong enough to stand the test of time and look the part too, so I've chosen 2 types of contrasting timber. I'm going to use some really nice planed ash. I've glued the boards together already to get me a nice flat surface. That's going to be the seat bases, and I've got some really nice quarter sawn sapele. Now it's quarter sawn because the grain stays nice and straight, nice and solid, so when there's any weight on it, it's not going to twist or buckle. So basically, the ash is going to sit into the sapele. It's going to be that kind of pattern on the top. However, when it's sat down, I'm going to shape it with a sander and get a nice round curve, and it'll just blend in nicely. Now I've got lots of legs to make and not much time, and with all the pieces needing to match perfectly, I'm using a secret weapon, SAF style. I made a little simple jig which allows me to pop the sapele and hold it at a slight angle, and then when I run it through this table saw against a fence, it just cuts my taper beautifully. Now because I've got 8 of them to do, it gives me repeated cuts so they're all exactly the same.
I need to make sure the table for Stephen and Emma is weatherproof, so it can withstand the elements, which means giving the giant hand a little TLC.
I'm just putting on Danish oil. As you can see, it really brings out the grain. But what's nice about Danish oil as well is it breathes. This is a relatively freshly cut tree, so it still has a huge amount of moisture within it, which needs to come out. You don't want to seal the outside with a polyurethane or something like that because it will rot from the inside because it will still contain all the moisture. And if you give it enough coats, it'll waterproof it and let it breathe and show off all of the true colour of the wood. And one of the fun things about this particular carving is actually left its own marks that have done the marks of a hand, so nature's done it for me.
Whilst Ella finishes oiling the hand, I've been busy preparing a metal frame to support the glass top on the table. So I've created a cross design which is going to be supported by some little rods, and I think it's going to look awesome, so I'm really excited. Now all I've got to do is fix it together, and to do that I'm using a TIG welder. This is my torch, and this has my tungsten inside it, and that directs the power. So anywhere I point this, that's where the most heat's going to go to make a nice strong weld. TIG stands for tungsten inert gas, and this welding technique became an overnight success in the 1940s when an American aeronautical engineer invented it as a way to melt aluminium and magnesium quicker than ever before. But I really wanted to learn to weld because there's so much you can do when you can fuse 2 pieces of metal together. It's just unbelievable the things that you can do with steel, and it has such strength to it as well, so you need a lot less of it for the same strength that you would need from wood. Once the welding's complete, it's time to find out if we've completed our mission: to balance glass on top of my metal frame inside Ella's timber sculpture. What could possibly go wrong?
At our workshop in the woods, everyone is full steam ahead on their projects. Saf is making progress with his pair of stools for Dee's parents' community corner shop. I'm building a vintage-style bookcase for homeless charity leader Zakia. And Ella and Charis are almost finished with their sign language table for husband and wife Stephen and Emma.
Our plan for the table is for it to be both sculptural and functional, and making sure the tabletop is level is a big design challenge, as the 2 fingers are at different heights. Now it's time to see if all Charis's hard work building the metal frame has paid off. Will it slot into place correctly and give us a steady hand?
Oh, Ella, that looks wicked. Look what I've made for it.
Oh, you've got the metalwork.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. This is what changes it from a sculpture to a hand table. Oh, it's gonna make it.
Go on, slide it on, I can't wait. Continue to breathe.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, it's going in.
Charis, we've done it!
It looks amazing. Oh my God, I love it. It's so good.
The good news, the metal framework fits into place, but the real test is still to come.
And next bit's the glass.
If the glass panel isn't level, we're in trouble.
I'm about to check my marquetry top of the Edinburgh skyline for Zacky's bookcase, but I'm a little nervous.
This is always a little bit of a tense time. One, because it might not have stuck properly, and two, it might not look like a castle.
I've got to carefully peel off the tape that's been holding the marquetry pieces in place whilst the glue sets, without breaking any of the thin timber in the process.
Now that has gone really well. Now obviously I want this to be perfect straight away, but there's lots of work goes into marquetry. The sanding stage is really important to bring out the elements of the design. But this is going to be great. Bit of work left to do, but I think the final result is going to be magic.
I've moved outside to sand my marquetry top, and I'm using two types of tool. A drum sander to chip away at the raised timber, and an orbital sander to get that smooth finish ready to be waxed.
Now when I put the wax on, I'm hoping the castle will really pop. When I've put the grain of the timber in different directions, you can't really tell when it's just sanded, but when I put this wax on it, that should become more evident and give the castle a sort of really popping three-dimensional element to it.
I've been grappling with a solid half-ton piece of oak to transform it into a sculptural table, and it's been totally worth it.
I think we've cracked it. I'm really pleased, to be honest, how it's turned out.
Charis's metal framework fits perfectly, and it's time to attach the final piece of the project.
The next thing to check is, will the table be level? Moment of truth. It's a table! It works. Oh, I'm pleased with that. I hope they are. I've poured a lot of my heart into this, so yeah, I can't wait to give it to them.
Stephen wanted to surprise his wife Emma with a gift to declare his love for her through sign language. Now he's back in the woods with Emma and interpreter Mary to find out what Charis and I have made for them.
Hi, Ella. It's lovely to see you again.
Hello, Stephen.
Can I introduce you to Emma? This is my wife.
It's so nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too.
Lovely to meet you again.
Emma, do you know why you're here?
Well, something to do with a surprise.
So, Emma, Stephen told me that you have been incredible, helping him really appreciate his deafness and find a community and join together in that. And he wanted to thank you and give you something that symbolises that and your relationship together.
It's massive. I wasn't expecting something this big. My goodness, how are we going to carry that home?
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. Oh, wow.
Oh, my
goodness.
amazing.
It is absolutely beautiful. That is the best present I have ever had. Did you make this?
So I've carved it with a chainsaw.
You carved it with a chainsaw? My goodness, how did it not break? It's a really difficult job, crafting something as amazing as this. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. The movement of the grain is just absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous.
That is beautiful. We accessed some rough ideas and came up with something that might be linked to the ILY, but I didn't know it was going to be a table.
It delivers such a powerful message and absolutely beautiful work. Thank you so much for all your hard work, all your sculpting. It's beautiful.
I'm so glad that you like it.
Stone language is very part of our home life, our community life, our culture.
I put so much into making
Yeah.
every sculpture I make, so it
yeah.
feels as special to hand it over.
You can see it's obviously something that's made with love.
A big kiss to you, Ella. Bye-bye.
She did look genuinely blown away. I'm over the moon.
I did not expect something like that. Wow. I think the table symbolises our love for each other, the love for the language. Oh, thank you.
I'm making progress with my pair of stools for Dee's parents' community shop. With my legs cut to size, I'm using a router for speed and a hammer and chisel for finesse to carve out corners from each leg for the base of the seat to sit in. I'm using a router with a bit called roundover. That will create the rounded edges that I want on the corners of each leg. The bearing rides along the edge and just follows the contour and cuts out the shape. Putting this roundover on, because this one, it looks a bit boxy. I thought it needed a bit more of a detail. So adding this on makes it just look a bit softer and a bit more free-flowing. I'm happy with the legs, so now I need to attach the ash seat base as securely as possible. Now, I think I'm just going to put loads of glue in, 2 screws through it, and then probably just plug them with a sapele plug, so it just contrasts it really nicely. It's looking more like a stool, but I want to make them a little more stable and secure, so I've come up with a plan. I've cut these aprons out. It adds a bit more stability to the legs, but also looks a lot better as well. With 2 identical stools to make and collection time closing in, I need to get moving.
Back in the workshop, I've assembled the framework for my bookcase, and I'm aging the wood to give it that antique feel that I've been told Zakia loves so much.
I just want to give it a wax, a brown wax just to lift the grain, give it a bit more of a vintagey look, because obviously all this fresh cut ash looks too fresh for a vintage bookcase. A bit of brown wax will really help not only make it look, well, show off the quality of the wood, but it'll also give me a lovely colour, nice and warm, really complement all that faux bamboo on our marquetry castle.
I'm attaching my faux bamboo and it's really starting to take shape, but I've got one final finish in mind to complete the vintage look.
Now that the glue's dried on all my bamboo pieces, it's about aging them, and I'm putting black paint in between every little groove, basically looking like it's built up over years and years. Rub it with some soft wire wool that smooths off the bamboo. It just keeps it in those tight grooves, has a nice polished surface, and I think it makes it look really old. So I'm getting really close to the end now. A few more bits of aging, nice wax polish, screw the top on, and I just hope she likes it as much as I do.
When Paul came to the woods, he told me all about his friend and boss, Zakia, who helped him get off the streets and build a career as a tour guide with her homelessness charity. Now he's back, and he's brought Zakia with him.
Hello, Paul. Good to see you again. You must be Zakia.
Yes, I am. Hello.
Any idea why you're here today?
None whatsoever. So
A surprise
I've just been
for
told
you.
to come, and here I am.
Well, I've heard a lot about you. So, Paul, I'll leave it up to you to explain why you brought Zachy here today.
Yeah, Zachy, the fact that I'm standing here now, being able to speak with full confidence, the fact that you've given us all this help and support and training over the period of time, you've encouraged us to do further education and you put me on a bit more stable standing, shall we say. So I think you deserve what you're about to receive, to be honest. So,
you know, that speaks volume as to the inspiration you are and the effect you've had. So for that reason, Paul had asked us if we could make you something.
Okay.
And I tried to make something that's personal just for you. Do you want to see it?
Yes, of course.
I've been dying to show you.
Oh. Oh, wow. I love it.
well,
Hello. Oh, wow, Edinburgh Castle.
Well done, yeah. So we did Edinburgh Castle in marquetry for you. Well, it's been a pleasure to make it. I mean, I took the inspiration that Paul had given me when we were talking travel, so I did that nice sort of a faux bamboo effect. We made the shelves and the sides. I've made that all out of solid ash for you. And then a marquetry top using maple and elm and oak and just sort of combined all the colours together. And I'm glad you recognised it as Edinburgh Castle.
Of course, of course. I love it. I really do. I think it's how, the more I look at it and the bamboo and the castle and, you know, I think, yeah, perfect. It is the most stunning thing, bookcase I will ever own.
it's incredible.
I just want to keep on touching it, but I'm not going to. I can't wait to take it. Take it home. When I first saw the bookcase, I was just lost for words. And I'm always amazed that people can create such beautiful pieces. And I think that's, you know, a little bit of magic right there.
I was shocked and surprised at the effort he'd put into it and the attention to detail as well.
We work very hard and we support each other, and I think the bookcase is a symbol of that.
He's very grateful for everything that she's done and the good that she's seen in him. And I like to think now that that bookcase will just be a little symbol of that friendship that they've got, the journey that they've had, and the journeys that are to come.
With 2 projects complete and hours of hard work under our belts, it's time for a quick cuppa and a catch-up by the fire.
So this is a pretty normal environment for me, but what's it like for you guys being out of your workshops?
Different for me. Mine's a real concrete metropolis. So seeing a bit of green is a big change for me.
Do you prefer it?
I do, you know. I'm sort of dreading going back to the workshop. Surprised I've even got a tan.
Looking strong.
Well, I put a couple of bananas on the fire. I think they're probably ready by now.
So you've never had bananas on a fire before?
Never, ever have I done bananas on a fire. It tastes very nice, though, doesn't it?
I mean, it looks a bit manky, but tastes good, doesn't it?
I'm putting the finishing touches to my pair of stools for Dee's Parents Community Shop. I'm using a belt sander over the joins between the seat and the legs before rubbing in some Danish oil to seal the wood. Now, my mum's from the same region as Deepan's family, in Gujarat in India. And I think my mum would love this. The few times that I've been down there, we've had a few of these similar to this, and it just brought back a lot of memories when I'm doing this. They've been handed down for generations. I've been there for years and years and years. And hopefully, these tools will be a part of the family for many years to come. Dee wanted to make something special for his parents, to show how much he loves them and to celebrate what they've achieved with their corner shop. A place that feels like home for so many in their community. Now, Dee's back with his parents, and as it's late, I've invited them all into the workshop. Hey, Dee.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. These must be your lovely parents.
Yeah,
There's so much about it.
My mum, Palu Patel, and dad, Sashi Patel.
Lovely to meet you.
This is Saf.
He's told me some amazing stories about what you've done.
Yeah.
In the community and in the shop. And
I nominated you guys both to be here as you are the kindest people I've ever known in my life. And the fact that you made the shop not only a business, but a place where people can come and feel safe when they're feeling vulnerable. We thought you deserved to be rewarded with something that SAF has really kindly made for us, to say thank you to you both for being here with us, for being my parents, and for doing everything you do in the community.
Yeah, thank you very much for that.
I run the small shop last 37 years.
Wow.
And start with problem. People doesn't like us. But slowly, they trying to understand us. Our aim is to, whenever people come in my shop, make them happy, then they go.
Fantastic. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
Good. It's
nice.
really nice. Wow.
Now this is for when your customers come and chat to you. So you've got your own personal stools for the shop. I want them to be used. I want them to get knocked. I want them to get scratched. Tell a story. They've made really strong, made from a really nice hardwood.
Oh, thank you very much.
They've done
for
proper
that.
joinery on it,
Very
and I've
nice.
really put a heart and soul into this one.
They look so good. They'll fit
Yeah.
in really well with the colours and everything that you've got on the shelves.
Yeah.
You know what? No one's sat on these yet, so you'll be the first ones. Yeah?
First
So I'll let you.
yeah.
So if it breaks, I'll
No,
do
they
something.
look great.
It should be fine. It should be fine. Go
Wanna
for it.
try them out. I'll get them for you there. You can sit on this one, man.
Pretty strong.
Yeah, that's straight in there, like he loves it.
Nice.
He doesn't
Good
wait.
height?
Yeah, very good height and very strong.
Perfect.
They're not so bulky that they're going to be in the way.
It's beautiful.
Nice and strong.
And
Yeah.
they look like in that sort of style that grandma has in her house in India, isn't it? That kind of
Yes.
like traditional
Yeah,
wooden.
Traditional
that
wooden. My
effect,
mom had
colours.
that one as well. And
Tell you that.
wow.
Everyone's going to be coming in to sit for ages now. They'll say, we don't want to leave your shop, which is nice. It's nice. We'll have
Really
queues
nice, though.
outside.
Really nice.
I really love that you started a conversation in the community, and I hope the stools will help extend the conversations for many years.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you then. See you then. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. The looks of the stool is fantastic.
I think these stools are going to get a lot of use. Thank you, Saf.
The way they reacted and the look on their faces meant it was all worth it. And it was the exact reaction I wanted.
I can't wait to take it in the shop and put it there, and I'm just waiting who's going to sit first and make them happy.
I'm really proud of the stools. I think my mum's going to be proud, and she'll want one for her next birthday present, I think.